Alright, what am I doing? Evans Creek track. As usual, I've never done this one before. Hello everybody. It's been a little while. The last time I was out and about really was January, and I was going to go out in between, but then there was a fire and bushfire, and where I wanted to go, which was up Mount Wellington and all around Kelly's Lane, it was all closed, so that got cancelled. So this is my next trip out, official trip out. I've been out camping with the kids, and this is Evans Creek track. So what's actually happening today is that I am going to Reedy Creek, and I'm gonna concentrate, and I wanted to film Carter's Mill and the Buttercup, because I filmed them before, like, I don't know, last year, and my SD card got corrupted, so that was an epic failure. So I'm back. Anyway, instead of going back out to Mansfield and going all the way around, I kind of looked at the map and I was like, well, I can go straight across. So I'm on my own, I'm solo. I do have the Zolio, so that I can message Steve if the brown stuff hits the fan. I might just go a bit slow down this bit. It's not exactly steep. It's kind of, I'm not expecting this to be anything hectic. She says. What the hell? Let's just go into one down here. But you've got two options. You've got Buckland Spur and you've got Evans Creek, and obviously one goes along the spur and one goes along the creek. So I can't see if there's a one, but I'm going down the creek because there's a hut that I want to look at. So we'll go down here, come back another day to do Buckland Spur. Just shut the window. It was freezing this morning, 7 degrees. About 10 o'clock, but it's warmed up. It's an absolutely spectacular day. Right, so far, it's got a bit of roughness to it. I don't think this would be, so far, it's a bit of a long track, but it's not looking like it's any clay. Ooh, that's a bit of a tight one. Yeah, made it. I am in Forlow, and I've got my central diff slot, which is stock on, it's factory on the Prado, or my Prado anyway. I've got nothing else, and I have not aired down. I'm being a bit naughty, just because it's literally the only track I'm going to do, and I'm not expecting it to be hectic. Obviously, if I get to a spot that I think looks hectic, I can easily air down. I've got the compressor in the back, so it's no drama. I did see, if you've watched any of my other videos, obviously you may not have seen them in sequence, but when we came down, me and Steve came down over the summer to go to Lake William Hovell and the King River. What gear am I in? And we met some people, and I asked them, what is this track like? And they said it was fine. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, luckily the sun is out and beautiful. It's just making some areas lots of shadow across the track, which means it's a little bit hard to see. You being up there on the roof can probably see better than me. So we're heading to Evans Creek Hut. I'm going to obviously do the whole track, but I'm going to have my lunch, which I can actually just see my lunch starting to fall off the chair. Hold on. Let me just put it back in the bag. I got a pie from the bakehouse in Yark. It'll be warm by the time, like, as in not hot, but it'll be fine. Always stop there on my way through. Oh goodness. Okay, that's it's a bit rough. This is probably like a good track for a beginner so far. Rocks. So what's been happening? I've been helping do some renovations on Steve's house. So that's why, another reason why I haven't really been out, because we just need to get them done. Once they're done, then we can hit some more tracks, get out there, all of those great things. But we just got to get them done, which means that when I haven't had the kids and I'm able to go out camping, because yeah, I haven't got the kids, just in case you hadn't noticed. I've been doing painting, and painting sucks. So it's been absolutely awesome. I've only just started this trip and I'm just high as a kite because I'm so excited to be out in the bush. Anyway. No, we can still go down some more. I think we're just slowly working our way down into the valley. This bit doesn't have much rock in it, but it's fairly flat, so I don't think if it was raining you'd have much drama. The hope is that I'm gonna get a whole load of gold off Reedy Creek this weekend. I'm also gonna go and look at the Warby Ovens National Park on the way home. On the way home. Seeing as it's quite close, may as well pop in and have a look. This is a cool track actually. It's not as flat as what I expected actually. I think it'd probably be more interesting coming back and driving up that rather than down, I think. Don't know. But yeah, it's good. It's enjoyable. But maybe that's because I haven't actually driven a track for ages and I've forgotten what it's like. Let's talk YouTube politics. Seeing as I've got no radio chatter, you're just going to have to listen to me warble on for God knows how long. I'm going to hit that rock. Nope. So, I met a YouTuber. I met him before. And we were having a chat. And he was telling me about my channel. And how the campground vids. Oh, it's creek crossing. It's a bit of a steep little step there. I'll just take the time. He was telling me about my channel and how the campground vids is where it's at. He didn't rate the videos on tracks because they change. Like, there's no point in doing it. So I'm like, yeah, okay, well, people watch them. I've got people who love to watch the whole track. Yes, they're not the yahooing, you know, YouTubers who just show you the hardcore bits. Oh, I don't like that rock. But people like to see the whole track. They want to know what they're getting into, especially if they've not done much four-wheel driving before. Anyway, so I ignored him, obviously. Carried on with my track videos. And I went up Billy Goats just before Christmas. because it had just been graded, and I was like, I gotta get up there, I gotta film it so that I can be one of the first to get the video up. Like probably literally one of the only people who's going to do the whole track, because most people just put highlights, right? Because nobody wants to see the whole track, it changes. Anyway, about a week after I put my video out, this YouTuber put a video out of Billy Goats, the whole track, filmed from the top of the car, showing literally exactly the same as what I do. Didn't have an in-cab commentary. I only watched the first minute, 2 minutes, so I don't know if it appeared later on once we got to the helipad. But I just thought, wow, you told me that wasn't worth doing, and yet here you are, literally copying what I do. And I'm pretty sure that that YouTuber doesn't really do, I don't think they've ever done what I do, which is film the whole track. So it was a step out of their norm to do what I do, which he said wasn't worth it. So there you go. That annoyed me massively, and I've lost some respect for that person. So there you go, that's my YouTube story. But I'm going to carry on doing this, and you know, unless literally everybody told me what I was doing was rubbish, I'd probably still do it because it's fun and I enjoy it. And I'm doing okay. We're nearly at 2,500 subscribers, getting really good views. It just slowly builds and increases, so it's really good to see the numbers. And even at nearly 2,500, every time I get a new subscriber, I have a little whoop, got a new subscriber. Somebody doesn't think my channel is trash. So yeah, I'm loving it. And I have purchased another GoPro. I know on a previous video I said I was going to go DJI, but I watched some reviews and DJI and GoPro were pretty similar. And I just thought, you know what, I'm used to using a GoPro, I've got all the GoPro accessories, and so I just bought a GoPro. So I've got a brand new GoPro. We're trying out the media mod today, so I don't know if the audio is going to be better than normal on the in-cab, or whether it's the same, I don't know. But now I've got 3. So it's going to take a bit of getting used to because they're all a little bit different. But thank you, because I used my YouTube money to buy it, which is always nice. This looks a bit like it could be slippy in the wet, but it's not really that steep. It's got a couple of, like that looks like it would have been quite muddy at one point. Like this. So you've got some ruts here. So obviously this can get a little bit gnarly, I suppose. But you're not going to fall off the side. It's really short. What am I doing? Not concentrating. I am in 2. No, I'm not. I am in nothing. There we go. Thank you, car. Don't know why it does that. Just lets me go for a few meters before it actually engages the gears. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's short between whoopsies when it does get a bit looking like it might be slippy in the wet, but it doesn't look like it's real churned up mud. So I still think that this would be a, ooh, we got a little creek. What creek is this? I don't know. That's nice. Beautifully clear. Lovely. Oh yes, it does say Ford on the map. Little spot to camp if you were desperate, next to the creek. Looks a bit more like a road now. These whoopsies means I have to slow down. So I've got some extra equipment for my Reedy Creek trip. So last time was just can we do it? Can I find gold? Whereas this time I'm like, I will find gold. Steve, who is awesome, has made me a sluice. Makeshift TP version. So we'll see how that goes. But if you are interested in that, then have a look at the trip report that will either come out before this or just after this. Depends on how good I am with my editing. Oh, it feels so good to be back talking to myself. Like this is like a walk in the park. What is this? So coming down, all right, so I think, are we in the bottom? I think we're now in the valley, and I don't think we're gonna get out of the valley. I think. So coming down, woof, little, it's not even that steep, but if you've never four-wheel drive before, you'd probably think it was steep. But it's got bags of grip. As you come down into the valley, there are some areas without grip. I say without grip, without rocks in the road. So when it's wet, it could be a little bit slimy. And now we're in the valley. We've just got, if I could see it through the shadows, a really easy, nice road. See how we go. There are a few spots to kind of disperse camp along here, but none of them are named. So I try on the channel to just film. Oh look, see, there's somebody there. Oh, is that the hut? Oh, this is Evans Creek Hut. This is where I'm stopping to have my lunch. What's coming here? Gear am I in? I'm in drive. Oh, he looks like he stopped for his lunch too. So I'll just do. Oh, are they hunting dogs? They look like hunting dogs. I think this is a hunter. So I'll show you the campground. I might just park up here in the shade. Oh, cute. Alrighty, stopping for lunch. I'll be back. Alrighty, let's go. Had my dinner, had a nice chat with this hunter. Let's park here. There we go. See ya. And we're off. It's got a bit warmer. What are we on? 16 degrees. So, let me tell you about my lunch. I had a melting moment. Never had one of them before from York Bakehouse. Oh my gosh. That was good. That was so good. Didn't just have that for my lunch, obviously. I had a pie, chicken and vegetable, and that was yummy too. Okay, right, so we've got to get the rest of Evans Creek done. And I have a feeling that I might lose some of you because I don't think it's going to be anything more different than this now, because I'm in the valley. That's a bit rough. Oh. I'm in the valley. I can literally see the bottom down there, and it's going to be pretty flat, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, if you get to the end, gold star to you. But just not. We'll see. Yeah, so that guy that I just had my lunch with, probably should have asked him his name. He's a hunter. He lives local, but he's come out for the weekend. And we were talking about people who don't treat the bush as they should, as well as the snow over Mount Skeen. So that was a fun little chat. Probably made me a bit later than what I want to be, but never mind. It's nice to talk to people who have a different knowledge, different mindsets. Onwards, anyway. No ruts or anything in this. It's all looking really easy. He did tell me that Hovell is looking quite low, which is interesting because me and Steve were there in the summer and it was high and it was beautiful. It was like the most mesmerizing dark navy blue colour. And apparently it's had some water let out of it. So we'll see what that's like. Oh, hello. Right, that's Cambertong Road. We are going this way. Excellent. Oh, should say, this is a seasonable closure. So you can't come down here after the King's birthday or Monarch's birthday long weekend, whatever you want to call it. And you'll have to wait till after. Oh, it's steep. What's on the other side? Oh God, which way does the road go? Yeah, can't come until after the Melbourne Cup weekend. Well, is it the Thursday before the Melbourne Cup weekend? Woo! Oh, that was a bit of a drop off. Obviously, it probably gets quite wet down here. This is the creek was really low. You've probably seen it. Did I put it in the video? Maybe. Probably not actually. The creek was really low, but you could tell that it's not always low. So obviously in the winter, this whole valley feeds into that creek, and you can see that it gets up. So this area must get quite wet over winter, and also if it's running into Lake William Hovell, I'm wondering if it's a bit like the Thompson Dam, where they don't want people in the catchment when it's doing its biggest amount of work, maybe. Because yeah, this is the only road in this catchment. Everything else is peaks. Not peaks, what do I mean? Ridges. The other roads are on the ridges, so this is the only one. So maybe, don't know. Anyway, we are now running super late because I stopped for way too long. Because I still got to get all the way up to Reedy Creek, which I think is going to take me about an hour once I get to William Hovell, I think. So we'll see. Had some really nice comments on the videos. Some people going to places that I've been, commenting back, and using the videos to pick where they're going, and really loving the content. So that's great. If you feel like having a chat, I try and reply to everybody, even if you give me hate. You'll know if I want to give you hate back, because I will put thanks for the feedback, because this is me being kind. I try to be kind. I don't need to bring anyone down. So yeah, but I try and reply to everybody, because it's not like I get a gazillion comments. I can pretty much have time to reply, and if I don't reply, oh, I've managed to miss you. And very nearly missed somebody yesterday, so, but I saw it. I think I was a couple of days late replying. That looks like a bit of a dip. There we go. Anyway, on rooftops there are some campgrounds marked along this track. Obviously there's Evans Hut, there's one before that. I did see a little track off to the side, but that's the only inkling of a campground that I've really seen. Let's just take our time through that. There we go. It's quite nice in the shadows. I can actually see. About, I don't know, 20-30 metres up from the valley floor down there. Oh, it's lovely. What I suspect with this road is obviously the steeper stuff is all up at the start near Buckland Spur track, and that this is just going to get easier and easier and easier and easier as we get further and further down towards Lake William Hovell. No Steve today. Last time we came to Reedy Creek, I was in the creek and Steve didn't want to look for gold, so I think he's quite happy to just abandon me today. I got some friends coming, Danny, Naz, so maybe we'll have a competition who can find the most gold on Reedy Creek. We shall see. But yeah, no Steve. So in place of Steve, I have bought 3 hot water bottles because I think I'm going to be cold. Although I am in a single swag and that makes a big difference. I'm trying to think. Oh, I should tell you about the battery saga. If you're still with me. Last time I came down here, you should be aware, if you are a regular, that I did at Sandy Flat Campground. There is 2 crossings. If you're coming from Lake William Hovell, the one on the left is shallow, the one on the right is deep. And that was in the summer, and it very nearly started to come up onto the bonnet. That's summer. So good luck crossing that in the winter. I mean, any of the crossings, let's just backtrack, any of the crossings on the King River after Sandy Flat, including Sandy Flat, I think in winter will probably be impossible to get across. So if you're going up that way in the winter, because it's not closed, definitely walk or check those crossings before you just drive merrily in. Anyway, so I drove in to the deep one, as you do, because it was summer and didn't look that deep. As soon as I came out, the battery light was flashing. There is a trip report that has all of this in, if you would rather see it. So we kind of carried on, vaguely filmed the campground, and then we were going to come along here and we were going to do these 2 tracks, this one and Buckland Spur. But we thought, just before we do Buckland Spur, we'll just turn the engine off and see if that sorts out the battery light. So we turned the engine off, I turned the engine off, and we couldn't start the car again. The car had died. and I didn't have anything to start it with. I didn't even have jump leads, and so we sat there, we used the Zoleo, we communicated with our ground Charlie about any help stroke RACV to come and help. And by the way, do you know RACV will not come onto dirt, has to be the black stuff. I'm like, well, that's useless, but understandable, I get it. But yeah, just make sure you know that. Little dry creek bed, tons of blackberries, goodness me, surrounded. Anyway, so we waited on the track, and a really great, nice man called Stephen, all the great ones are called Stephen obviously, came past, and he had the iTech jump pack, power pack, and he started the car. It started fine. Then we just drove back to camp, packed up camp. We called it early, we were supposed to be out for another day, and we just like, it's not worth the risk of being even deeper in the bush and not being able to start the car and have no one come past. So we called it, we went back, we kept the car running, we packed up, we kept the car running, drove to Mansfield, tried to get some help from there, but the man at Tyre Power was not helping us, and drove home, didn't turn the car off. And then the next day it started fine, and started fine, and started fine, and everything had disappeared, and it was gone back to normal. Anyway, then second trip report, I went out camping with my friends. Nice wood there, and the car sat still for, I don't know, a few days, and a day, one day, it didn't move. And then when I came to turn the car on to leave, and this is on Big River, couldn't start the car again. There were some people there who tried to help me jump start. Still hadn't learnt my lesson, but I had ordered a power pack jump starter, but it hadn't arrived. So they tried to help, but they couldn't get it started. I don't know if they did it wrong. So I had to message Steve on the Zoleo, and Steve came with a battery. We just swapped the batteries over, and then we drove out. But that was a bit of a because we had to wait for Steve to drive 3 hours to come and help us. That's how awesome he is. Anyway, Steve pulled out the fuse for the red arc system. At that point, oh, bit of a hole. That looks like a kind of dry creek bed. Oh, bit of a wet patch. We're obviously right down the bottom now, right in the bottom of the valley. And I went and bought a new battery. And since I've had a new battery, it's been fine. So we're not, it kind of looked like the red arc system was pulling power out from the battery, from the cranking battery, which it shouldn't do. But when we've put the new battery in, it seems to be absolutely fine. So we don't know if the battery was failing. It was about 3 years old, and then it's gone into the cold water, and the water's got in somewhere, I don't know. So we're still a bit none the wiser as to what happened, but it seems to be fine now. But I also now have my iTech jump pack in the back, fully charged, ready, with the instruction manual, so that I can start my car if the battery dies again, because it got really frustrating and quite annoying that I don't know why it happened. So anyway, there you go, battery problems, but fingers crossed it's all sorted. A bit rough, can't see a thing because of the sun. This is nice. It's quite nice driving along the valley floor. Lots of ferns. And while I am whinging about the sun, it is beautiful. we're leaving the creek behind here. So the creek has gone off to the right. Oh, a bit of excitement. It's going up. Obviously it doesn't get that muddy in the wet because otherwise there'd be massive ruts, so it's hard, but could potentially be a bit slippy maybe in the wet. There's not much rock in it. Yeah, maybe there's a bit of rock there. But anyway, there's bags of trees to winch off. Yeah, I mean, there's no evidence of people having to fight their way out of thick mud, so I think this is pretty compacted, pretty solid base. Beautifully open. So yeah, the creek's gone that way. We are going to pick up another unnamed creek on this side. And we've not got far, we've got about 2 kilometres to go. So well done if you're still with me. Trying to think, have I done anything else to the car? Oh, got a bit of a tree down. I can't remember if I'd taken the seats out. I think I had. Taken the seats, the rear. So this is a 7-seater car. I've taken the 2 out of the boot just to drop the fridge. Because I don't have a fridge slide, so I hate my fridge because you got to hold the lid open while you're climbing in the car to try and get something out, and then it's got these little clasps that if you're not careful you'll stab your arm with. So I hate my fridge, and so I just decided it's time for the seats to go. Oof! The whole time I've owned this car, I think I've used the back seats 3 times. It wasn't worth it, so they've gone. And eventually I will put some drawers in there. Not many, I want to be able to have a full boot. Oh, look at that wood, that's a bit alright, isn't it? I don't fit that in the car. Oh, it's a bit big. Being lazy. I have wood in the car, and I know my friend Naz is bringing some wood. So we've got enough wood for tonight. And now we come back down. I'd like to go a little bit slower, please, so I'm not braking. There we go, that's better. I can see rock in this. It looks pretty good. This is a fun drive, like a good drive for a beginner. Oh, this looks like it's been chewed up a bit. Not just that corner. Wonder when this was graded, it looks a bit like it's been graded, but this doesn't, but that just that little bit. Strange. Yeah, like there's up bits and there's down bits. Isn't that convenient? There's no scary up bits or scary down bits, but there are ups and downs. So probably a good track to bring a beginner on. As somebody who can 4-wheel drive, I've enjoyed it. I would describe it as easy. I reckon it would still be easy in the wet. And nice little stop of a hut to look at. hoping to get to camp with enough time to actually do some gold panning. So we'll see. I feel like I've forgotten things. It's weird, I go camping to kind of relieve some anxiety and build up of stress, because it means I can just sit and do nothing. But at the same time, before I go camping, I have anxiety and stress that I've forgotten half the things that I need. So I don't know if any of you are like that as well. I have to think, have I got something to sleep in? Yes, I've got a swag. Have I got my pillow? Yes, right, so I can sleep. Next, food. And I have to run through all the things. Just go slower down this. Potential little camp to, I think there might be something wet down there. Doesn't look very big though. Well, we're nearly at the end. I don't know when I'll be doing another track vid. Got tons of campground vids that I'm going to film. So it's been fun to chat. Hopefully I'll be back before long on the tracks again, because I do enjoy it. Sometimes I think I forget what I'm doing until I do it, and then I remember how much I love it. I do think I'm going to have to go back to the UK for a little hollybobs, see my mum. She's not doing too well. If anybody out there has somebody who suffers from dementia, I feel your pain. She knows who I am, but she cannot remember what my name is. So that's always shocking to me. But at least she can recognise my face and knows that I'm somebody to her. See, that's all chewed up as well. Alright, we are nearly at the end. There we go, that was fun. That was a fun drive. Good little link if you happen to want to get up this way and you don't want to go on the highway. That's a good way to go. Shortly I'm gonna hit a road somewhere, or a hole. Right about oh, I can see a sign. And there's another whoopsie there. Oh, there we are. This is the road. Because you can't camp in the Lake William Hovell. Look, there's the gate. Closed for winter. There we go. Park in the shade. What have I turned on? Turned on the fans in the back. Alright, there you go. Evans Creek track. Loved it. Not too hard. Great views, great drive. Awesome. See you next time, everyone.